Ow. Alright guys, for today's video, I just heard about this and I thought it was incredibly comical, so I figured I would talk about it and just let you guys know if you haven't heard about it either. I made a video, like what, a week ago, talking about how we need to make cars analog again, and because I think we really do. They're just more enjoyable, and I think every car should be a manual, because that requires far more driver engagement and people will get less complacent driving down the road and all that sort of stuff. They actually have to think a little bit more, and just driving a manual is just the correct way to enjoy a car. Well, I came across this thing and I just thought it was absolutely embarrassing. Now, first and foremost, I know there's going to be some people coming out here saying, oh, you're just saying this because you can't afford one. You're right. I can't afford a Ferrari. I don't care about Ferrari. And even if I had the money, I wouldn't ever buy a Ferrari. Ferraris, for whatever reason, have never appealed to me in any way, form, or fashion. I think there's only one Ferrari that has ever actually looked appealing, and that is the 250 GTO. Other than that, they have never done a thing to me. I think Ferraris have always been the car that people with way too much money and not enough actual sense would spend their money on. And I think that's evidenced by the fact that the whole reason that Lamborghini even came into existence is because Ferruccio Lamborghini, who before he had his car company, made tractors, which they still make tractors and they're pretty cool looking. But he was making all these tractors and he made himself some money, so he went and bought himself like a few Ferraris, and the Ferraris themselves kept blowing out clutches because they are made like garbage. So Ferruccio decided, he's like, hey, I know the fix to this. Let me help you out here because I use these same clutches in my tractors. He went to Enzo Ferrari. He tried to tell him what the deal is. Ferrari essentially told him to kick rocks, stick with his tractors. So being that Italians are so grumpy about everything and quote unquote passionate, that he decided, okay, well, I'm going to make my own car brand. And thus Lamborghini is born. And Lamborghini, I think, has the ultimate poster car ever created. I don't think it'll ever be topped, and that's the Countach, especially the one with all the vents and scoops and stuff on it. But as far from that, like these Italian cars and supercars and all that stuff, they have never once appealed to me in any way, form, or fashion. And I don't care. I would never spend money on them, even if I had it. Okay? So, save me all that nonsense. But what I'm seeing right now is that Ferrari has, embarrassingly enough, decided that in this 12-cylinder manual, this 12-cylinder manual, they are bringing back a stick shift, a manual transmission, except they aren't. It is not an actual stick shift. What it is according to its own little, their Ferrari's official magazine, okay, this car will feature a steel gear shift gate embellished with anodized aluminum and a round aluminum gear knob backlit with LEDs to show the position of each gear, a contemporary take on a classic Ferrari manual. Ferrari is very famous for, back in, I don't know, when to start, 70s and 80s, having that admittedly very cool gated shifter to where it had like the aluminum metal plate here with the slots in it, so you'd actually put it up into a gate and it would, as you slid it in. It's a very cool design, I'll give them that. But what they're doing here is totally different. Both the new gear lever and a clutch are activated by sensors that detect their movement, hence by wire, but feature precision mechanical feedback. The clutch pedal has authentic resistance thanks to a preloaded spring, cam, and roller that communicate everything from the biting point to full disengagement as the driver explores the pedal's travel. The lever, meanwhile, is linked to an advanced kinematic mechanism consisting of a rotating block of solid machine high-strength steel, giving the driver meaningfully weighted feedback during gear shifts. The lever naturally self-centers back to the neutral position on eccentric rollers and has even been acoustically engineered to provide the classic snick of an open-gated manual. The result is pinpoint accuracy with what the engineers and Maranello promise is entirely intuitive mechanical feel. Okay? That sounds all well and good, but what they're not telling you here is that this shifter isn't connected to anything. It is not connected to the transmission. The transmission in the car is still an automatic. It is an 8-speed automatic. So what you have here is a shift lever that is hooked up to some sensors and mechanical trickery and machine parts to make it feel like you would actually be throwing the gears. And then you have a clutch pedal that has a spring in it that you would push down on it and act like you're operating a clutch to disengage the transmission from the engine to shift into gear and then go about changing the gears. It's all fake. None of it is real. Okay? Drivers can simply select automatic mode to unlock the DCT gearbox's 7th and 8th gears for relaxed high-speed cruising, or simply let it take the strain whenever it's speed or gear. It is a fake shifter with a fake clutch pedal that is doing nothing to control the car. But what it actually does is it can, if you're really bad at driving this really fake shifter, they have programmed it into the car's computer to cause the car to buck and or fake stall out on you. Let that sink into you. This is the cosplaying stolen valor version of driving a manual transmission, and Ferrari is doing it. Ferrari pay us all this amount of money to be in this exclusive club of these really stupid cars, pay us all this money so you can have your own fake manual driving experience. That is embarrassing, dude. And this car itself costs $680,000, I believe. $680,000 for you to play pretend and shifting your own gears. Now, add on top of that, Ferrari just came out with their very ugly EV called the Lucy or Lucy. I don't know. There's a picture over here. And it looks just like every other blob-shaped, stupid-ass EV. Now, I think you should be able to understand by the way I'm talking about this, I am not a fan of EVs. If someone likes EVs, by all means, that's cool. You can buy one yourself. I don't care. You can drive it yourself. I'm not going to subsidize it for you. I'm not going to give you the best parking spaces to plug your stupid-ass car in, okay? I'm not going to do that. If you want that on your own, buy it on your own and pay full price for it without any rebates and all that shit, and you can prove just how much you like to drive around in your rolling appliance that can be shut off at any given time because of it's constantly connected to the internet and on air, and the batteries are very inefficient and they combust. They're highly combustible because they're still using lithium, okay? But if that's what you want to do, by all means do it. I don't care. You can do it. I do not think EVs are the future. And I do not think they should be pushed as such. But if someone wants EVs, then they can have it. But this is incredibly embarrassing that you are going to take a car, a actual 12-cylinder car here, an ICE engine, and put a fake transmission on it. Or the Ferrari EVs thing is they're tempted to put that fake transmission or gear shifter in the EV. But what you'll be doing with it essentially is you'll be using it to just kind of shift modes. So it's not even called a shifter in the EV. It's called a command device for a motor vehicle and motor vehicle comprising the same. That's the patent, what it's called. Command device for a motor vehicle and motor vehicle comprising the same. I don't even know how to even release anything. Okay? It's this, essentially it's a bunch of switches in here. You'll shift it into a gear, and that will maybe put you in drive, or maybe it'll turn on traction control for you, or it'll turn on whoever knows what else. Come example, there's 6 gear slots could potentially do. A slot could select drive while another selects park or neutral. Put it in another gear slot, and you could control the traction control or the steering assist level, launch control, torque vectoring. Each one gets a slot. Why? Why would this even be a thing? Who would want this? Here's the thing about EVs and their appeal. The people they appeal to are not car people. They do not care about. The people they appeal to are electronics people, right? Most of the people that want to buy EVs, they want to buy it for that self-driving mode nonsense. Okay? They don't care about trying to shift their own gears. Shifting your own gears is for people that genuinely enjoy the art of driving. They like to be in control and in, unison with a vehicle. And if they're doing a bad job, the vehicle lets them know they're doing a bad job. People that drive EVs just want to press that pedal to go from point A to point B, and that's it. And half the time, they don't even want to be in charge of pressing that pedal. They just want to sit there and be taken off. So to put this sort of thing in an EV is just stupid. I mean, it's like laughable. And this Ferrari EV is like another $640,000 or something incredibly stupid. Now, Ferrari isn't the only one that's doing this. Apparently, Hyundai has done it, and Toyota has done it. They at least have patents for these fake shifters or fake shifting driving experiences to try and make EVs more appealing to people that don't want them. But I don't know. But I think when you have someone who's like so into sniffing their own shit, like Ferrari is, for them to do something so ridiculous, I think it is just absolutely incredibly comical. But yeah, now if you're one of those people that are going to try and say, oh, you're just saying this because you can't afford it. No, I'm saying it because I think it's a stupid idea and Ferraris have never appealed to me. But yes, I cannot afford them. I probably never will be able to afford one of those, and never would I buy one anyways. Okay? So just spare me that, because guess what? You people saying it, you're not affording them either. I don't care. All right? Now, if you are one of those people who actually like enjoys driving your car or whatever, and you are thinking about getting a car with a manual, and it doesn't matter what the car is, any car with a manual is infinitely more fun than the automatic version of that. So if you're thinking about dipping your toe into the manual situation and like trying to get yourself in there and trying to actually be engaged in driving, and you don't know how to drive a manual, I actually made a how to drive a manual video that I'll link right here and in the cards and all the stuff. And it gives you a bare bones, like straight to the point of this is how you kind of drive it, and then has driving footage with me shifting gears as well as pedal box footage, so you can line up exactly what my feet are doing, what my hands are doing. So if that is something you want to check out, by all means check it out. But other than that, I think we can all agree that this is something to laugh at, and we should really make fun of these passionate people for such a stupid idea. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. And thanks for watching.